All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Thursday morning. God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as we are plunging the Bitcoin to the upside, baby. Man, it feels good, baby. It feels good waking up to new all-time highs, and I got to give a major shout out to my man Crypto Scarface with the super chat. The top is in, sell everything and run away. Well, that was one of the options in the poll here. I did ask, what do you guys think? Do you think the top is in? What do you guys think? And a lot of you guys think 120,000 is coming up next. We're going to be talking about targets to the upside. As you can see, I've got a take profit right here at 117,000. As you can also see, guys, I've locked in another $10,000 of profits over here. I've locked in another $7,000 of profits over here. So we're up like 32K plus another $1,000, $33,000 in the last month trading the Bitcoins. And look, guys, here's the thing. Got to give a major shout out to the Casper crew because these are trade setups that we gave in advance in the crew. All right, letting everybody know, taking the dang long trade, and now. Also, the long from $86-ish thousand set up given in advance in the Casper crew. All right, and we have been ready for this pump to new all-time highs ever since we saw the historic Bitcoin signal confirmed, much watched ASAP. Now, here's the thing: Jason Casper doesn't always use clickbait, but when he does, he means it. All right, when he says historic signal confirmed, he means it. All right, and when I come out bullish, baby, I mean it. It's very rare that I come out bullish. You know what I'm saying? Typically, I'm not bullish. I'm neutral. But we saw historic signals printing and confirming, and they have followed through. Major shout out to Market Cipher, giving the dang signal weeks in advance before the pump. Best dang indicator on YouTube. All right, shout out to the Casper crew, jasoncaspertrading.com to join the community. Shout out to BLOFIN, offering 10% cash back, discounted fees, multiple $100 giveaways a month, chance to win all these prizes. Major shout out to Antarctic Exchange. Antarctic Exchange, right now, if you sign up using my link in the description pinned comment, you get SVIP privileges. Essentially no fees. So low, you could scalp the dang 30-second and be profitable, market in, market out. All right. Decentralized exchange, absolutely amazing. Also got to give a major shout out to WEEX. Another exchange I'm trading on, very low fees, does not require KYC. Also trading on MEXC. And that's it, man. That's all I got to show. Jay Shillington. That's it. Video's over, man. Because everyone knows I'm just trading demo account. I'm just here to show my dang links. Video's over. Peace. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. All right, just kidding. Don't click my links. In fact, honestly, don't click anything. Do not click a dang thing. All right, seriously. But you know what you could do? And this is something I highly recommend. If you're new to trading, if you're new to this in general, all right, go ahead and check out Jason Casper's YouTube channel. Go to playlists and peep the free course. The free trading course, free, 100% free trading course on YouTube, guys. All right, check it out because no joke, this is the juice for free. All right, it's an 18-part series. So far, I think we've got 14 out of 18 up here. All right, you are going to learn the juice, baby. All right, so we got to talk about Bitcoin targets. We got to also shout out everybody in the dang chat. All right, we got to shout out Crypto Princess in the dang chat. Crypto Princess, what is going on? God bless you, Crypto Princess. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Crypto Princess, go subscribe to her channel right now. Got to give a major shout out to Fred Sloan. Ethereum, $4,000 next. It's going to be a face ripper, baby. Man, I'm excited. I'm so dang excited, man. I got me my plunger. Every time I get too excited, I just take a few whiffs. It calms me right down. All the, what is it called? Ethanol? Ether? What? Methane. The methane calms me down. Keeps me from getting too bullish in the bull market. Shout out to N. Shout out to JR. Shout out to CMRPE. I feel sorry for Ethan Alts watching Bitcoin hit ATHs while also 50 to 90% down. Good luck, you might get back break even. Bitcoin is king. Look, I agree. Bitcoin is king, baby. But I also believe that we are going to see a face-melting altcoin season, all right? Plunger works 100% of the time. Sometimes it has a delayed effect. Absolutely. Shout out to Investment Time. God bless you, Investment Time. Shout out to Alex Wise. Thank you for providing liquidity for shorts. We're going to talk about the potential of a pullback here, all right? Shout out to Raphael. He says, my mom's concerned about me looking at pictures of uneven butt cheeks. Sorry, we all go through that struggle with our moms, all right? Looks like a massive short squeeze coming on Ethereum. I agree, okay? The ETH chart to me is looking bullish. Is all get out. Major shout out to Jack Boogie 1344B. He says, rap, my boy. Rap? You want me to do a rap? Man, I don't even know if I could do a rap. I don't know if I could do a rap right now. I need a beat that like gets me like in the dang zone. All right. Shout out to Bernie, bro. What is going on, man? Good to see you here. Any tips on a good entry on BTC, man? We're gonna be talking about it. We are gonna be talking about it, man. This is juicy. This is some juicy PA right here. Some juicy price action, baby, man. It is looking good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good, guys. We made it. We made it. Last night I called my mom. I was like, Ma, I made it. She's like, what do you mean, Jason? I'm like, well, I watched Bitcoin hit all-time highs. She's like, that's great. That means you're rich now, right? You can retire me, right? I said, well, yeah, I actually sold everything at 74K. I got really scared. And no, I can't retire you now. I don't have any Bitcoin. I have no Bitcoin. It's tough. It's hard. Now let's pop right into the chart. All right. Pop on right over to the dang chart. Boom. Make sure to smash up the dang likes, guys. All right. The Sui chain got hacked. Who cares? We'll check that out too. All right. We'll check that out too. All right, let's pop right into the chart here. So here's the deal, guys. Bitcoin at new all-time highs. Weekly candle right now. 3 days, 13 hours will close above previous all-time high. All right, let's go down to our 4-day chart. 4-day chart, I just want to bring up the yellow oscillator on market Cipher. Looks like we kind of bottomed out and we're going to get another push. And here's something else I would say, all right? Did we get a daily close above? Yeah, we got a daily close above. I'd say that's a strong-ish daily close above the previous all-time high. And when I look at the daily market Cipher B, I cannot help but get extremely bullish on this. I know what people are saying, but Jason, we got a bear div here, okay? Look, we had a bear div here as well, and people asked, Jason, aren't you concerned about the bear div? And what was my answer? It was no. I'm not concerned about the bear div here. Why? Because when we look at everything together, it's painting us a beautiful picture. A beautiful picture, all right? Here's what it looks like. When we put everything, all things together, all right? The picture it paints is something like this. All right, take a screenshot of this. Is there anything more bullish in the crypto space than what you're looking at right now? I'd say no. I'd say this is the culmination of every single bullish crypto thumbnail ever been made since 2017. Okay? Let's just do some top-down analysis here. First, I do just want to point out the fact that the daily time frame is absolutely bullish. Why? Look at the money flow here, guys. Money flow is getting thicker than it was over here. About to be thicker than it was over here. All right? Now, I'm not saying we're not going to get pullbacks. I'm not saying it's going to be straight up. But there's two things I want to point out. First of all, when we do break these big ranges that we trade in for 6+ months, there's always follow through. There's always big follow through. The pattern is pump, range for a few months, massive follow through. Pump, range, massive follow through. Pump, range, massive follow through. Pump, range. The pattern is we're going to see massive follow through. Okay? The trend is your friend until the end. The trend is your friend until the end. You want to get those juicy big biceps? It's the trend. That's your friend. All right. Now look, even on this low time frame here, we've seen this pattern recently of pump, range, pump, range, pump, range, and now we're just kind of continuing on this pattern. Yes, we're at all-time highs, but I also want to point out the fact that if we go to the monthly time frame, we have 9 days now, guys. 9 days until we confirm this green dot on the monthly market Cipher B. I cannot, and I've gone through, and I've done it live, every single time we print the green dot on the monthly, every time, we pump while it prints, and then the following month, we continue to the upside. Even if the following month culminates in a top, we still at least have another 10 to 15% in the following month, right? So if, I'm telling you this 100% of the time, go back and test it yourself, don't take my dang word for it, but 10-15% from where we're at here, all right, that's going to take us up to around 120, 125,000. All right, if this pattern continues, this signal, which historically has a 100% chance, okay, this could be the one time it doesn't play out, but this signal historically has a 100% chance of giving us more upside after confirmation. We have 9 days until confirmation. All right, market Cipher on the high time frames does not play around. When we printed the hidden bullish divergence here on the weekly time frame, right, we confirmed it before the big move to the upside, right? We confirmed it back here in April before the big move to the upside. You look historically at what happens when Bitcoin prints that signal, and you can infer the chances are highest that we're going to get the move. This is why I came out so dang bullish back in April, because we confirmed the historic signal. So I'm just going based on what the chart says. I know people hate being bullish at all-time highs because people have been burned in crypto buying the all-time high. Well, guess what? Go back to 2010. Everything's an all-time high for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's in a massive uptrend. Everything's an all-time high. There's a time to be bullish. There's a time to be bearish. And for me, I'm still going to be bullish here. I'm still going to be bullish. Bullishata. Low heart rate cardio, don't kill gains, keeps you shredded. What keeps you shredded? Oh, low heart rate cardio. Yeah, for sure, man. Look, I'm all about getting the steps in, all right, to stay shredded. And I'm not shredded, but I'm pretty lean. All right, I'm pretty dang lean. And it's the treadmill that does it. The treadmill, the whole food diet, the good sleep, the heavy weight lifting multiple times a week. You know? Let's see. Okay, so weekly time frame, hidden bull div. We have come to a new all-time high. This was our goal. The all-time high, we've made it. So what now? What now? Well, let's go down to the daily. Bullish, man. Let's go down to the 4-hour. All right, so we're... The 4 hours looking a little bit ambiguous. A little bit ambiguous here. Because we do have some slight bear divs. Alright. Some slight bear divs here. Nothing too significant. And I do have to say, it looks to me like our money flow is on a trajectory of doing this, right? The last dip took us into purple. This dip is starting to reverse. It looks like it just took us into the blue, the low blue. So the high time frames, in my opinion, are definitely bullish. These lower term time frames are a little bit ambiguous, like that picture of me in college when I graduated with my degree in trans, non-carbon, binary emission gender studies. A little bit ambiguous. Nobody knew for certain what I was. They used to have to wait to see what bathroom I'd go into at college. They'd be spying on me in the hallway with their binoculars. Just gonna go in the girls and the boys. But the joke's on them, because there is no girl and boys bathroom at college. It's a free-for-all. You go into the boys' room, you see a dang girl standing at the urinal taking a pee. But the pee's coming down her legs onto the floor, makes a huge mess. It's good for the janitorial industry. Let me tell you, they got a lot of new jobs ever since we did away with male and female. That old school stuff, male and female, so crazy. But yeah, so here's the deal, man. Lower time frames looking ambiguous, higher time frames looking bullish as all get out. And we still have this pattern of every single range we make here, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Bullish CBD divergences, bullish market Cipher B divergences as we come down to these lows. Now we've got the breakout. It makes sense that in all seriousness, the highest probability is that we see a higher Bitcoin price. Now, what is my target? I'll tell you my targets. It's all based on fibs. It's all based on fibs. All right. So let's go down from the bear market of 2019 to the 2021 top to the bear market of 2022, and let's see what our targets are here. All right, our next target, as you can see, is going to be around 120, the 1.618 Fibonacci, front run 120. That's why my take profits are front running 120. After that, the 2 to 2 Fibonacci extension, $144,000, just front run 150. Those are actually my next two big targets. And if we look at these pumps here, along the way up in the bull market, we pump range, pump range, pump range. If we're gonna have a blow off top, all right, if we're gonna have a crazy parabolic move, then we could see something crazy, right? We could see the Bitcoin price come up. Who knows? Maybe another 50%. Maybe we do hit 160. Maybe we hit 180. That would be crazy. That would be a massive blow-off kind of top. All right. I know some of you guys think we're going to hit 200 plus. You know, I took a dang poll in here. Most people think 120 is going to be the top, but 16% of you say 200 plus. Now, nothing's off the table here, but nonetheless, my next actual target is going to be 120,000 for Bitcoin. All right, 120,000 for Bitcoin. Not that far away. It's right now only 9% away. Okay? And the last time we broke the range, we pumped 47%. So we get a blow off top, we're pumping 47%. That's going to take us right up to like 160, 180. We get a crazy parabolic move, more than 50%. Maybe we come up close to 200. That would be insane, man. That would be absolutely insane. And I have to just remind everybody, if you're in crypto, please have a dang plan. Maybe you're one of the people who never sells Bitcoin, because when you're 90, you want to be able to be rich and have Bitcoin, okay? But maybe you're the kind of person like me who has a hybrid strategy. You have Bitcoin you're never going to sell, and then you have Bitcoin that you're going to sell at the top, you're going to scale out in the bull markets, and then use that money to buy back in the bear markets, all right? Make sure you stick to your plan and don't get greedy. Okay, please don't get greedy. If you have a plan to make money, stick to the dang plan. All right? You gotta. I'm selling at 120. I sold at 100 and I sold at 80. I'm selling at 120 no matter what. Even if I think it could go to 500,000. I'm selling at 120. Why? Because I have a plan. I have a plan. I know what I want to do with the money. I want to do things in real life. So don't let the number on the screen blind you or keep you from doing what you've planned to do. I'm assuming most of us got into crypto not just to watch a number go up and down on a screen, but to do things in real life, to help ourselves, our families, our communities, our friends, others, right? So don't be blinded by the dang number. I know it's tough. It can be tough. All right. But I just got to make a friendly reminder. So we got ourselves $120,000, $150,000 extreme cases, 200 plus, you know, the 3.618 Fib extension, just front running 250,000. Now, I'm not saying we're going that high, but look, one of the most provocative things I've ever seen is just this, right? It's provocative. It's pretty dang provocative. Now, if this is true, okay, and this channel has been respected, you know, since 2017, we are talking around that $250,000 mark, depending on how quick it happens, right? If it happens real quick, if it takes some more time, if it happens this year, guys, we're talking between 230 and 250. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying it's provocative. It's fun to think about. It really is fun to think about one Bitcoin about $250,000. That is fun to think about. Man, I remember when I first got into Bitcoin, it was $600. $600 right around the summer of 2016 here. Right around here. Right around this area. Man. And you know what's funny? I'm not gonna lie. I believed it could get here. But it's weird to be here. It's weird to be here, man. Sheesh. 18,000%. That is crazy. It is crazy. Man, those of us who have been in for this long, doesn't it feel surreal? It doesn't, because we're here every single day. We get numb to the price almost. It is crazy, man. Okay, so let's take a deep breath here. Jason, you're getting too excited. Let's take some plunger breaths to relax yourself. All right. Massage the throat. There we go. Nice and relaxed. Ready to do some fresh analysis here. We need the pump song. Yeah, we'll probably do a pump song today just out of celebration. What about ETH? We're going to talk about ETH in a second here. So, right now, here's what we need to be aware of, guys. I'm going to just give it to you straight. As long as we're holding above our previous all-time high, bullish, all right? We start closing daily candles below the all-time high, not good. Not good. Could get a pullback. All right? Now, I am very bullish, as we all know. But we also know that this is our sideways range. Okay? So, is there a chance that we get a massive pullback and come back down and make another low? Of course. Is there a chance we get a pullback and make a higher low? Of course. Yes, we're bullish. Yes, the higher time frames are bullish. But this is still it is very key right now that we watch 109,350, because we start closing below, we could see a massive drop to back test the support resistance flip that we had right here, right around the $88,000 level. Okay, we could have a massive drop. All right. Now, if you are angry at me right now for even hinting that Bitcoin could come down here, if you're pissed and you're typing in your dang computer keyboard, Jason, you idiot, will never. Okay, literally since, I kid you not, ever since November 2024, go back and watch literally every single one of my live streams that I did in this section of price action here, because there was literally nothing new to say when Bitcoin's trading sideways. You just think of a new stupid way to say the same thing over and over again. How many times did I say that we need to be prepared for a move back down to test the previous support resistance flip? And how many people in the chat scoffed at me, spit in my face today for the Bitcoin price? Yes, I'm the Italian Crypto. Yes, with the pizza tapaya. They laughed at me, they spit in my face. They said, Jason, the Bitcoin will never go back down to a $70,000. Guess what, guys? We came down. Why? Because we had a massive pump, leaving behind a massive volume gap, and we got a retest. That's how the price action moves. All right? And so, if we're going to lose 109,350, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Look, I just came out here, and for however long we've been live right now, half an hour, I've been talking about how bullish I am. But we have to be prepared for a pullback to test the support resistance. We have to be prepared for simply trading the sideways ranges, right? So far, we've left behind so much long liquidity here. All these higher lows, guys, these are stop losses waiting to be wrecked. We could have a fast, massive wick to backtest our key support right around $88,000. We pull our fib from low to high. What do you know? The Fibonacci golden pocket literally right there, 88.6. Okay, we need to be prepared for a back test. And you know what? This would actually be really bullish. Why? Because we got our shoulder, our head, our shoulder, bam! All right, that'd be really bullish. So we have to be prepared for it. And you know what? Like I always say, I'm not here to make predictions. I'm here to trade, and I trade my if-then scenarios, right? I was bullish. I was super bullish. I had a bias. All right, but what did I say? I said, if the price reclaims the green line, then we're going to get the pump, right? And I'll look for the long. We come in here. We give our setup in the Casper crew. We found a local setup, and we said, look, starts out as a scalp trade, right? But turned into pretty much a giant swing trade, right? But if we come down to the level with these confirmations, then we take the trade, okay? So we have to be prepared for everything. This long trade that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, in the moment where I told everybody during the stream, I just took the long trade now. Why? Well, if the price is holding these higher lows, the trend is bullish. And we were bouncing from support, and we saw bullish divergences at the level. So therefore, we take the trade. We expect higher. We have to be able to react to what is happening on the chart in the moment. We can't just be making predictions. So that's why I'm saying if we lose that all-time high and come back into the range, then we have to be prepared for a move back down to the golden pocket, which is bullish, right? I said it. I must have said it probably. I mean, how many streams? I do like 6 streams a week. All right, I do 6 streams a week. So like, for like 100 days probably, every single day, I said this would be extremely bullish, and it would be the last opportunity to long Bitcoin in the bull market. Well, I'm going to say it again. This would be extremely bullish. It would be another opportunity to long Bitcoin in the bull market to 120K or higher, right? Because this now is going to say we had established support. The market had determined that $90,000 Bitcoin, anything below that was considered undervalued. All right. Then we spent some time underneath there, and the market's testing, well, do we actually want to trade Bitcoin at higher prices? The answer is yes. Yes, we do. So now that we're coming back up to the area where historically Bitcoin has been considered overvalued, right? We might come back to test again. All right, really? Do we really want to push Bitcoin higher? Is this area still support? If the answer is yes, we break out. We have the inverted head and shoulders. We break out. We hit new all-time highs. All right. The line in the sand right now is $109,000. All right. Put it on your chart. Draw a line right here. Keep it on your chart. Watch daily candle closes. All right. $109,000. I'm not talking about a wick. I'm talking about candle closes. Also, keep an eye on the weekly candle close. We closed the weekly candle above this level, very bullish, very strong. We closed the weekly candle below, we could get a pullback, and a pullback would still be bullish, guys. All right? Pullback would still be bullish, in my opinion. All right? Now, I still feel that the probabilities are highest that we pump like crazy, all right? But I have to make us aware of the different scenarios. I think we're going to pump like crazy. I think the pattern is when we break the all-time high, we pump like crazy. Look at the weekly candle that closed in the break of the last range. It closed with a strong bullish close above the range. All right, we can even take a look at this one here. The weekly candle closed with a strong bullish close above the range. Back here, weekly candle closed with a strong bullish close above the range. We go back here. Weekly candle closes with a strong bullish close above the range. We go back here. Weekly candle closes with a strong bullish close above the range. We want to be looking for the same pattern. If this weekly candle doesn't close with a strong bullish close above the range, we need to think, that's interesting. We have a 2.5-year pattern here that's being broken for the first time. Maybe we should take note of that, right? But yeah, we get a strong bullish close above the range, 120, 144, and then those higher targets. Now I want to take a look at Ethereum. I want to take a quick look at Ethereum. All right, ETH also, man, I'm telling you, ETH is about to get vacuum sucked back to 4,000, as one of my friends in the chat plainly said. We've got to give a major shout out again to Crypto Scarface, who says, I would love to see 115, then a retest of 88 would be amazing. It would absolutely be amazing, my friend. Absolutely. Where's the bull market's over crowd? Well, I don't know, I got a comment in my video yesterday that said double top, bull market over. Some people say if we lose 97, that's considered bearish. So, okay. We have to really just trade this level to level. And take it one step at a time. But, if we lose the POC of the range, which is $97,000, alright, then that's not a good sign. We would expect, here's what I would expect, honestly, if we lost 97K. I would expect that we come down to tap these lows, and we just do a liquidity run of the low. We take the high, we take the low, we spend more time in the range than expected, and then we have a bullish fall winter. Alright, this is a possibility. We need to be aware of it. But we saw this happen last year, okay? And we saw it happen in 2023 also, where basically, well, in this instance, we never took the high, but we definitely took the low. And it looked really bullish over here, May, June, bullish looking. Then we come down, take the low, and then pump, right, in the fall. So we do need to be prepared for that, which is why we need to be reactionary and watch what happens with this weekly candle close. But we don't have to worry about that. We take it one step at a time. We don't have to worry about any of that until we start closing candles below 109.9, and then we come back inside value area high at 105.8, right? We take it step by step here. But yeah, if we lose 97, that is bearish. That is telling us that the market wants to push Bitcoin lower to at least 88, all right? To at least 88, which is basically the idea here of coming back down to test the support resistance flip, right? To get the inverted head and shoulders. So we got ourselves the shoulder, the head, the shoulder. That's going to be our value area low. That's going to be our support resistance flip. All right. Shout out to Crypto Coons. Shout out to everyone in here with a wrench. Shout out to all mods. If we go down that low bear market incoming, in my opinion, it could be, right? It could be. We have to take it step at a time. Look at how our oscillator's looking. Look at how Market Cipher B is looking. Shout out to Bernie. He says, Tino told me Bitcoin will pump at least 12 inches, bruv. Shout out to Tino from Traders Reality. Let's take a look at ETH. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. ETH is flirting with value area low of previous range. What does this mean? If we come inside this price and close the candle, 2,666. All right, because Vitalik Buterin, I guess, is the AC, right? Then we're going to get vacuum sucked back to the top of our range at $4,000. It's the very same thing that we were looking at with Bitcoin back in the day, right? We were looking at this back in the day. If we reclaim 88,569, we're getting vacuum sucked up to 105,609. By the way, guys, if you want to join the Casper crew, where we give the trade setups in advance, let people know what we're doing with multiple instructors. All right, told everyone I was taking the long trade, gave the setup in advance for this juicy long you see right here. Go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Also, guys, make sure to check out Antarctic Decentralized Exchange, changing the name of the game for derivatives trading. This is a 100% decentralized exchange. If you trade on the exchange, you own the exchange. There's no market makers. Peer-to-peer liquidity. Give it some time. It's going to literally change everything. And if you start early, you get paid in the exchange token just for using the exchange. It's going to really pump in value. I'm telling you, this is changing the name of the game. Also, make sure to check out BLOFIN. Centralized exchange, 10% cash back. discounted fees if you use my link, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure to check out WEEX if you're looking for very low fees on a centralized exchange. All right. Let's see if we can't hit our next take profits here. All right. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Oh, and one last thing, guys. Please don't sleep on the free course, all right? Don't sleep on the free trading course on my YouTube channel. Go to playlists. We got a 19-part, 18-part course. A full trading course for free. Go check it out. All right, if you're new to trading, if you're struggling, this lays it out step by step. All right, go check it out. So if ETH can reclaim 2,666, we're going to get vacuum sucked. Make sure to smash the likes up to $4,000. And here's something I think about ETH that a lot of people aren't noticing. But look at the monthly market cipher, okay? I'm a big fan of market cipher. Market cipher. Market cipher, all right? Link in the description. I wish I had a discount, but I don't. I'll hit up CryptoFace. Look, when we get the green dot on the monthly, it's a few months away now, maybe in the fall, okay? Late summer, early fall, it's below the zero line. Below the zero line. All right, why is this so significant? When you get a green dot below the zero line, it always, on the monthly time frame, guys, it always leads to massive pumpage. All right? It always leads to massive pumpage. And the fact that Bitcoin looks so bullish right now makes me think that when we get the alt season, ETH is going to melt faces. People are not prepared for it. People say ETH is dead. We even got people in the comments right now saying, ETH is dead. I feel sorry for people holding ETH. Bitcoin is king, and you're right, Bitcoin is king. You should always be trying to acquire more Bitcoin. All right? Bitcoin is something different than all these stupid altcoins. But altcoins do give us potential to make more Bitcoin, in my opinion. So look, ETH, I hold quite a bit of ETH. It's my second biggest holding. And it's the second biggest market cap in crypto. All right, this is not something to be taken lightly. When this green dot confirms on the monthly, we're going to pump like crazy. Below the zero line, what does that mean? It means we think of it throwing the rock off the roof of the house into the trampoline. Trampoline gets a nice deep stretch. Boom, baby. It's like doing the incline Smith machine bench press. All right, where you keep a nice flat back, you don't arch. Maybe even don't even use any leg drive. You just bring that bar down onto your chest, doing like a, picture yourself doing like a barbell row as you come down and really feel that stretch in the pecs. And then boom, you push the dang barbell off your chest. All right, now look at this. When we break this, man, it's going to be massive. All right, when we break this, it'll be massive. 2-week time frame. Confirmed big green dot already. The 2-week is the precursor to the monthly. Pretty soon we're going to have the green dot on the monthly. The 1 week, big bottom. Why is this so significant? It's because the last time we saw this signal on the market cipher B on ETH, it was the bottom. All right, the bear market bottom. Just the basic market cipher strategy. What is it? You look for an anchor wave, then you look for a trigger wave. That trigger wave is going to give you the real move. The anchor wave is where it gets started. That trigger wave, that gives you the real move. You look at the money flow. Is the money flow getting higher over time? Yeah. Yeah. This is the weekly time frame. This isn't the 1 hour, guys. All right, you don't want to mess with market cipher B on the weekly. All right, now we are reclaiming major support resistance flips on ETH. All right, let's come back to the actual chart. Remember, our major line in the sand was 2,000 bucks. Why? Because 2,000 bucks, that was the major support where the market is testing. Do we really want ETH this cheap? The answer is no, we don't. Look at this bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. Very powerful close back above the support resistance flip. Something we've never seen before in the history of crypto. I'm hoping it's good. Where while Bitcoin is at all-time cycle highs, ETH is back at bear market prices. Man, look at that bullish, look at this, this is a bullish candle on the weekly. All right? This is showing us that indeed the market wants to trade ETH at higher prices. And so once we reclaim our value area low, which we're flirting with right now, we are going to rocket ship to the upside, man. Not financial advice. Now, I have to be honest. Is ETH a good buy right now? Probably. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, down here, I said ETH is definitely a good buy. All right, I had to say it. I had to. Right now, it's probably a good buy. If Bitcoin pulls back and retests some lower levels, we need to also be prepared for ETH to pull back and test lower levels. Why? Because ETH is at resistance. And we could see also the inverted head and shoulders pattern come back and test $2,000, right? I'm fully convinced, and I could be wrong, but like, it's not financial advice, that ETH is going to hit new all-time highs. But we are at a local resistance. So for a spot play, I'd say, yeah, ETH's still good, still good buy. Would be better if we came down a little bit, obviously, to get a better entry. But I think ETH has massive potential. My target on ETH, my first target, is going to be $5,500. That's a 100% increase from where we're at right now. My second target for ETH, $8,500. These are also based on the fib levels. All right, that is going to be from where we're at right now, about 200%. Okay, these are my two bullish targets for ETH. I'm just curious here. This is on log. Let's take it off log. Yep, yeah, that's about right. That's about right. All right, the technical breakout target of this triangle is about right around those areas. All right, right around those areas. Super bullish on ETH, guys, and I hold a lot of ETH. So look, I'm emotionally invested in these coins. I hold quite a bit of SOL. I hold quite a bit of ETH, Chainlink, all these types of coins. AVAX. I hold it all, baby. Make sure to smash the likes. We got 1,300 viewers, only 500 likes. Sheesh, guys. Come on. Come on. Smash the likes. We always say 1,000 likes, $1,000 giveaway without a dang bot. Yesterday, they botted the stream. Don't do that, please. Why does that hair really suit me? Cause, man, deep down inside, I was born to be a hair metal guitarist, all right? That's why. Win bowl song, win the pump song. So one of these days we'll have to do a pump song, all right? Am I walking backwards? Yes, I'm walking backwards through the tunnel here. Bitcoin, another leg up incoming. Bitcoin on trend right now. Bitcoin's on trend and Anavar and Clen. On this cycle, this is a crazy Bitcoin cycle. Bitcoin trying to get those big juicy biceps, baby. Pumping all that trend. Shout out to Daniel. He says, Jay, you're a hot non-binary. Well, thank you. Yeah, let's go, baby. Shout out to Caddy in the house. What's up, Caddy? I'm in now. Am I in now? Man, we're in. We're in, baby. If ETH pumped, then alt pumps higher? Yeah, for sure. Look, I'm very bullish, so, you know, I can't help it. You know what's crazy? And this is just perfect, because when Bitcoin pumps, all right? When Bitcoin pumps, and then gets another range, then we could really see a big alt season, all right? We could see a big alt season. You missed TA, what can we dump down to? Yeah, I'd say like 97K is first support, and then 88K is the golden pocket. You know? Yeah, we'll take a look at Cardano as well. All right? So Cardano right now, guys. And again, like, we need Bitcoin to have some major follow through. We need a strong weekly close, just like the whole pattern, okay? So please. But Cardano, what has happened here? Insane hidden bullish divergence here on market Cipher B on the weekly time frame. All right. Continuation pattern. We have come down to a very key support. What is the support? It's basically the liquidity at the bottom of the range. We took the liquidity and now we're back into the range. Right now, if we reclaim $200 Cardano, I'm sorry, this is Sol. This is Sol, not Cardano, guys. Forgive me. We'll take a look at Cardano after this. This is Sol. I'm like, $200 Cardano? Man, what world are we living in, baby? We reclaim a $200 Sol. We're pumping, man. We're breaking out. We're pumping. Right? This is our resistance here. It's just simple volume trading. We came down to the support. We got our bounce. We got our bullish divergence here. Daily time frame giving us a very, very clear bottom. Daily looking nice for more upside. All right, we reclaimed 200. We're pumping. Now, what if Bitcoin gets a pullback? What if? What if we see a pullback here in the market? What level are we looking at for a Sol pullback? 115. It's going to be 115. That's our support. Our resistance flipped to support, 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 support. Fake out. Higher high, back test, boom. All right, inverted head and shoulder. However you want to say that, right? Let's take a look at Cardano now. Man, okay, so this is like a spot plan for Cardano. This is my spot plan for Cardano, not financial advice. But what are we seeing here? We're seeing bullish divergence at the low. Higher low, higher high. Bullish change of market structure, forming a giant cup and handle. And the bottom of the cup and handle is not only the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, it's also the value area high of the bear market. Meaning, when we break this channel, we're going to get sucked up to a $5 Cardano, at least. All right, we got hidden bull divs on the weekly here. Depending on how you want to look at it, you could say we don't. But the fact that we have a regular bullish div down here, money flow getting higher, trigger wave, change of market structure, another trigger wave here, money flow continuing to get thicker. I think Cardano is also being set up for a big pump. This is a spot play on Cardano. I think Cardano is a good buy right now. I think it's a good buy right now. We're at support in bullish market structure. It's a good buy. You know, not financial advice. It's not financial advice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not financial advice. Can we show AVAX? Yeah, I like AVAX. Sell in May and walk away? You could. Are alts ever going to pump? Yeah, I think they will. We need Bitcoin to have a strong weekly close. All right, we need a strong weekly close on Bitcoin. And forming a new range way above 110K. And then we will see our alt season. All right. Bitcoin using all the gear. And organic, natural, grass-fed, lean. Absolutely. Yeah. Bitcoin, natty or not? What do you guys think? Is Bitcoin natty or not? Is Bitcoin on steroids? Or is Bitcoin all natural? Bitcoin on roids? What do you guys think? Sell in May. That's funny. That's so funny. Let's pump, baby. Bitcoin's on roids for sure. This is like surreal, man. Bitcoin $111,000 right now. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah, Bitcoin's eating healthy, man. Does BB28 approve of the hair? BB28 got me this hair. Here's how I got this hair, okay? I was watching a Trader Geo video, and he comes out with a 1980s hair metal wig, just nonchalant doing his analysis. And I said to myself, dang, I can't believe I didn't think about that first. Man, Trader Geo with the hair, bro. And I showed it to Big Butts 28, and she said, you gotta get one too, a blonde one. I'm like, you're right. Yeah, she approves of the hair. But actually, in real life, me and Big Butts 28 have an agreement. If I ever grow my hair, because I actually used to have long hair, like about as long as this. If I ever grow my hair out, she's gonna cut her hair. We call it a DC in our house. We call it a Washington DC. A girl with short hair, we call it a dyke cut. But we don't call it a dyke cut. You know, it's too offensive. So if we're talking about somebody, it's like, hey, you know that girl or that lady? It's like, which one? The one from Washington DC? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, the one with the short haircut. Yeah, she's gonna get a DC if I ever grow my hair. So look, I'm forever gonna have short hair. But at least I have a wig, man. All right. At least I got a wig, baby. Trillions are coming into the space, says Triple X. All right. All right. Trillions coming into this space. We are going to hit the $115,000. Very soon, Bitcoin going to pump. I think probabilities are highest that the Bitcoin pumper. That's the Bitcoin pumper. You know? Alright. Man, what a great time it is to be alive. What a great time. Shout out to Hopium Copium. Shout out to Joe Potter in the chat. Shout out to Cyrus Grayson. Almost time to buy the top again, boys. Shout out to Crypto Coombs. God bless you, my bro. God bless you. Thank you so much for everything you've done in the space, bro. Same euphoria everyone was feeling during the last bull run? I don't think so, David Fear, just because alts haven't really pumped yet, you know? Alts have not really pumped yet. So, I'm not really sure. Once alts pump, that is going to be, that'll be the top. That'll be the real euphoria. That'll be the real euphoria. So, shout out to Jason Casper's Chicken in the chat. I like that, man. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Alright, guys, I gotta head out, man. May the Lord bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. Check out the free course. All these things. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.